Meh, flushing in him, bah, blackhead, meh, 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 Orwellian.
I mean, we've been gone for 2 years and nothing has changed.
YouTube seems never to change. Yeah, it's like a familiar friend that's always vomiting on your couch.
You know, like, just breaking your stuff.
Yeah.
Adjusting with your mouse sensitivity.
Hey, I think he stole my bed sheet too.
Well, I mean, speaking of friends who vomit everywhere, I mean, is this guy recording outside?
I'm pretty sure that's train tracks in the background if you look carefully. Which leads me to believe this is the world's first homeless Let's Player, which really is a historic announcement we have to make. We found him.
Yeah, we found him. I mean that's a first. This guy is UK based. His name is a troubled artist, which has led me to believe that he spends his generous welfare check on recording equipment instead of food.
Yeah, it's food stamps, man. Food stamps. Why buy food with food stamps when you can buy the internet with food stamps? Give me a little recording equipment.
You can buy the internet. Just the entire internet.
Okay,
I'll take one
internet access.
Please.
Which this guy should not have internet access, by the way.
Yeah, I mean... So, I mean, we haven't even talked about the most obvious part of the video, which is...
Gonna choke you like a motherfucking chicken.
Like, okay, alright, that's a film reference of some kind, but I'm too tired to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this guy feels like he has to show us his face, in this video. It just doesn't seem...
Like this.
I don't get it. Oh, I think it's, at least he's honest that he is troubled. We
Yeah.
can say that much. I'm glad he has that hat on, because he wouldn't be able to see the screen because of the blinding sun outside where he's at right now. It looks like Phoenix, Arizona. Sun, 110 degrees.
You motherfucker, you. Yeah, I'll photograph you too. You photograph me, I'll fucking photograph.
What do you say to this? I mean,
well, I mean, it's basically a... He's not drunk, but it is a person who is probably not homeless, but appears to be homeless, muttering to himself into a microphone as he plays a now very old but very good video game.
well, it looks like he has a backpack on as well, but I don't know. Maybe a very thin backpack. This is where he takes out his aggression on the cops, who always shuffle him out of the downtown area.
Tough it hell. Look at him. He's going back to chuckle about it. I'm unarmed, you bastards, yeah.
This isn't his real voice, by the way. Just confirming.
Yeah.
Up here.
From his other videos, including a grunge metal song about the war on drugs, which was pretty funny.
Man, you just don't get it, man.
I just don't get it. I mean, I'm not from the UK, so I don't know what kind of war on drugs situation they got going over there.
Well, this is obviously a documentary. Look, he's showing what the police are doing to the druggies.
Look, man, look, they decriminalized marijuana over there a couple of years ago. I mean, I'd be happy with that. Just
I think they criminalize bad English accents, mate. That's Australian. But...
Dude, come on, seriously, stop with the accents.
I'm sorry. This guy,
we got enough from this guy.
I can't make fun of him. It's like you don't flip off the homeless in the park. You don't flip off the man who's helping the bench. Seriously.
But what if you saw this guy like outside, where you were like, you're just walking in the park, just having a nice stroll, doing whatever it is that Sermon Fire does on his daily commute.
Yes.
And then you see just this guy recording a video, like, he's got like a crappy tarp in the background. You have no idea what you're doing. He seems to be making incredibly bad Italian, like really trying to fake an Italian accent into a microphone.
Right.
What would you do? I mean,
well,
as a retsu obviously.
Prayer. You start with the prayer. The prayer doesn't work. The psychiatric ward's next.
The prayer. Step one is always prayer. Sermon Fire.
This guy. I'll be honest.
He might be beyond help.
I feel the pity. I feel pity for him.
As a man once said, everything flows according to the whims of the great magnet in the sky.
Well, that wasn't Shakespeare.
That's some deep shit right there, let me tell you. I guess he's been hitting some of that decriminalized marijuana to be thinking about that.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand. Like he hasn't made any progress in the game whatsoever. I mean,
he's just walking around talking to people like he's on stage. It's a troubling artist thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you were saying earlier that basically this guy reminds you of that. You can just say it yourself, because
Yeah,
They-
what can I say? I mean, he's trouble. Look at him. I mean, it's astonishing.
Yeah. But you were like, man, he's like a fail. He didn't get to go to actors college, so he figured this was the next
Yes.
best thing.
No. Here's my story of what happened. I'm gonna just tell you a little story. Monty Python. This guy was one of the original 6 Monty Python guys, but because he did a little too much wacky tobacco, he got kicked out of school, and now he's been roaming the streets of England, just wandering around, and they give food stamps because obviously England's turned socialism, right? So give him the food stamps, and of all things, instead of buying food, he buys a computer and buys headphones and that microphone. And he's off to the races. He's really coming back. He's one of the original Monty Python. This is an underground insider scoop brought to you by Fire. You heard it here
Hitting on
first
TMZ.
on
TMZ's
retsupurae
coming up,
Action
man.
News, baby.
This video.
Like I said, TMZ is about to pay us $10K for this scoop right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10K, and that's kilos. You know what I'm talking about.
Kilos.
For reals.
It is purple one.
For reals.
I mean, I don't know, man. 10 kilos of cocaine. I mean,
You know, I've seen TMZ. You know
by the way,
they're
that's
smoking it.
that's not decriminalized. Just saying.
He literally is doing nothing. He's just walking around.
Well,
I don't get it.
Also, I just noticed he's putting music of his own. I don't know if he made it himself, or it's more of that non-copyrighted music that we've been seeing in all the LPs we've been looking at today. But it's he's putting it in like during the sequence in the game. There's like you hear like children crying and stuff.
Oh, it works!
Well, the truth of it is that he loves this game so much. He wants to make a documentary about how the police have abused him and done so many horrible things that he wants to put music.
But he
in.
can't quite afford. He can't
It's
quite
personal.
afford.
You know, it's it's internal, emotional scarring. You know, I mean, this guy's putting his heart into his work, and you, sir, are really disgracing yourself and him for criticizing him. That's all I have to say.
See,
That's all I have
next
to say.
Errol Morris.
Yes, Exactly. He's Gonzo. He's Gonzo. You know what I'm saying? This man knows what he's talking about. He's seen the real streets. I can tell. I've seen the real streets too. I've seen him on the streets, and I've seen him.
You've seen the real streets, but only in the corners of LP videos you've made fun of.
Yes, and I've seen him play Streets of Rage on the streets, which was super meta. Super meta, because ironically he was raging at the police while he was playing Streets of Rage. Protest, Occupy, can't get into it, bombing, you know what I'm saying.
They don't need Occupy in Britain.
No. That's the real story.
I mean, they already had the Occupy movement. They won. They're called a political party.
Occupy Let's Plays.
Oh my god. Okay, alright, look. We're done here.
We're done.
We're done.
You heard it here first.
Shut up. You're already getting the TMZ scoop on the other thing.